Starting off this full body stretch by reaching up, inhaling in, folding over as far as you can reach, getting a stretch in the back of the legs and lower back. Going over to your left. And over to the right. Bring the feet in a bit closer, reaching down to the ground again, deepening the stretch in the back of the legs, coming back up, breathing in, and bringing the right ear down to the right shoulder, staying still or drawing circles with your left arm. Going deeper into the muscles, and then switching sides, staying still or drawing the circles with your hand again, and the slower the better. Back to center. This time placing the hand at the back of the head and guiding your nose down towards the right armpit. Getting a nice stretch on the left hand side of the back of the neck here. Back to center and do the other side. And back to center. And looking up to the ceiling, stretching the throat, back of the neck. And now drawing semicircles with the neck, releasing any tension and giving the thyroid a nice massage here as well. And drawing the arm into the body. Shoulder stretch, and the other one. Clasping the hands behind the back, pushing out the chest. And in front. Coming down into a plank. And chaturanga down towards the mat. Bringing your forearms flat on the mat out in front of you and gazing at the ground directly in front of you. So this is a nice gentle back bend here. It's a good counteractive move for constantly being hunched over. So staying here for another while, allowing the back to reset. Take a nice deep inhale in through the nose, let it all out through the mouth. And then pushing yourself back up and down into a nice child's pose. And taking 2 rounds of breath here. Nice inhale in through the nose and then let it all out through the mouth. Coming back down to lying on your belly. Bring the hands down beside the rib cage and push yourself up for upward dog. So just going a little bit further with the back bend this time. And then ease yourself down into another lovely child's pose for 2 rounds of breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Back down onto your belly once more. This time reaching back, clasping your feet and pushing your feet into your hands, reaching the chest up off the ground for an even deeper back bend and frontal stretch. Easing yourself back down onto the mat and coming into puppy pose this time. Going a bit deeper into the shoulders with a stretch now. Coming into gate pose next. So on your left hand side, reaching over to stretch all down along the right hand side of the body. And you can bring some movement with the arm in here. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, reaching down. Then bring that right foot up in front of you for half gate, half pigeon pose. So really stretching into the right side hip here. Lift that right foot up in front of you. We're going to get down into sleeping pigeon pose next. So just arrange yourself and breathe into it. Getting a nice deep stretch on the right hip and glutes here. And if you want to go deeper, reach back with that right hand, place it on your back and bring the twist into it. Okay, pushing yourself back up, and we'll go to the other side this time. Reaching over with the left hand, getting a nice side body stretch. And again, you can stay still here if you want, or bring that breath movement into it. And then bring that left foot up in front. Half gate pigeon. Really feeding into the left hip here. And then guide that left foot down onto the mat for pigeon pose. So just adjust to suit your hip, remembering that our hips are different. One is always tighter than the other. And then coming down to resting your head on your hands on the mat. And breathe into it. Inhale in through your nose. And imagine you're breathing out any tension in that hip out through your mouth. And again, reaching back with the left hand for a deeper stretch if you want. And now coming into a low lunge. Step forward with the right foot and lean into the lunge. Level 1, both your hands are on the mat. Level 2, hands are on your knees. And level 3, reach the hands up into the air. Coming into a half splits here. Getting a good stretch on the hamstring, back of the leg, and feel free to adjust your pose here. If you want to step your foot forward a little bit, reach down to the toe, do whatever feels right here. And now reaching back with the left hand to stretch that left quad. And the further you lean into it, the more of a stretch you get. And remember to breathe. Swapping over this time, left foot goes out in front, leaning into your lunge. Level 1, 2 or 3, whichever one you want to do. Getting a nice stretch on the hip flexors here. half split to stretch your left hamstring. And again, readjusting if necessary. And reach back with your right hand, pull that right foot in towards the glutes and lean into it, getting a nice stretch on the quad there. Coming down into frog pose next. Arches of the feet are flat on the mat. And have your knees as wide or as close together as necessary for you. Just getting a good stretch on the groins here. And coming back up into downward dog next. So stretching the back, the legs, maybe pedaling the feet. Working into our calves next. Put all your weight on the right foot, getting a good stretch into your right calf. And swap over all your weight over onto the left leg this time, stretching the left calf. And on both feet again, down onto your knees. Come to sit down on your mat for Marichi's twist. So bring the right foot up towards you and twist back, right hand behind, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Getting a decent twist and stretch on your spine here. And do the same on the other side. And getting one final stretch on the back of the neck and upper shoulders here. Have a generous bend in the knees. Then lying back down on your mat for happy baby. Level 1, the hands are on the shins. Level 2, the hands are on the feet, and draw those knees in towards the armpits. Then finally, hug the knees into the chest. And stretching out into Savasana. And close the eyes or stare at the ceiling. And just melting into the mat. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths. Filling up the lungs. Feeling the belly and chest rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And now, suspended breath, breathing in, 2, 3, and holding, 2, 3, and let it all out. Breathing in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, and let it all go. And give Giving the body a stretch. Coming back up to a seated position. Wishing you a namaste. And happy, healthy body.